Well, hello again, all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you with another edition of Stout Sunday. And joining me this fine Sunday morning, we have quite the panel. We have Michael Kormeroff from Brooklyn. We have Jeremy Vincent. Good morning, Michael. We have Jeremy Vincent out of Arkansas. We have Ronald J. Terrio, the one and the only Louisiana Beer Reviews out of Louisiana. And we have Robert, the Whiskey Scout, from the great state of Kansas. Good morning, everybody. Glad you guys could make it. I know there were a lot of late night streams going on last night, so glad everybody could get to bed and get up for this fine Sunday morning. So let's go ahead and kick things off with Michael Kormeroff. What are you drinking this morning, Michael?
This is one of Trader Joe's beers from the Bozen collection. This is their chocolate stout at 5.4%. And this is one of the better values you can get at 83 cents a can for a 12-ounce can. And this is what it looks like.
Is it 5.2 or 5.4? It's 5.4?
5.4.
Okay. All right. Jeremy, what about you? What do you have this morning?
Out of the brewery in Poland, Brauer Fortuna, it's Combs or Comez, however you pronounce that. We really don't know yet, but raspberry porter. It's a 8.5% ABV. It's brewed with raspberry juice, lagered with vanilla and chili peppers. So I don't know how the chili peppers is going to come across, but anyway, so that's out of Poland.
A little sweet heat action going on. I like it. Okay. Ronald Terrio, what do you got this morning?
I actually have it in the fridge, but I'll show you in a moment. I have Dragon's Milk Scotch barrel aged with marshmallow and chocolate added. It's called the 2020 Reserve No. 2. It's 11% alcohol with 30 IBUs, and it was introduced in May of 2020. And you gave me the bottle. You gave me the bottle.
Your fault, John.
And I appreciate it. John did that.
You're very welcome.
Don't blame me.
All right. And Robert, the Whiskey Scout, what are you drinking?
I have the Stout from Zipline Brewing Company, Lincoln, Nebraska. It's barrel aged in apple brandy barrels. It's 13.6 ABV, and I don't know how many IBUs. I can't figure it out. Oh, and it does have a Best Buy date of, what would I say, 2/27 of 25. So we're well within date on it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good. Dang.
All right. And I am drinking the 2020 edition of the Founders KBS 12% alcohol, bottled on March 13th, 2020. I'm not sure what the IBUs are. I don't think they're listed on the website. But anyway, 12%. I thought that all KBS was 12%, but apparently the older versions were 12.2, which I did not know until recently. So it's a slightly different version than the 2018 and 2019. Really quick before we get going, I just want to thank everybody in the chat for tuning in. Craig, Blake TV. We got Nina in the chat as well. Terry's Quick Beer Reviews. Thanks for getting up with us this morning and hanging out with us. Crack you open a stout if you're watching and drink along with us because we're about to get into it. And we got some heavy hitters this morning. So let's go back around and start with Michael Kormeroff. Go ahead and give us a rundown of your Bozen Double Chocolate.
It's the Bozen Chocolate Stout, and this is what it looks like in the glass. You can see that the head has subsided a little bit. It's a tan, now thin head, but it's still holding up pretty well, and you're getting nice head retention and lacing on the top. Dark brown in color. Let me give it a nose. The nose is mostly roasted malt. Maybe you pick up a little bit of residual chocolate, but it's not a strong smell. In the background, you get a little bit of chocolate, but it's not astoundingly strong chocolate. Let me give it a taste.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Okay.
Michael,
The roasted
the
malt is
popsicle.
definitely your main taste that you get, but there is chocolate, and it's not a sweet chocolate. It's like a baker's chocolate, like a nice chocolate though, and it's definitely there now. It's more in the taste than in the nose. At 5.4, it's very easy drinking. There's some bitterness to it, but it's I would guess it's probably in the maybe 35%, maybe IBU 40. They don't list their IBUs on the can. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the IBUs are 66, and it doesn't taste that bitter, but there is some bitterness. It's like I said before, it's a good value. The 6-pack is $4.99. You certainly can't beat that. I'm going to keep sipping on it. Carbonation also, I didn't mention that. Very nice carbonation too. Very drinkable. And this could be a good starter stout for somebody if they want to try, stout for the first time. I will do that with a number.
All right. I still have to try that. Next time I go to Trader Joe's, I'll have to pick up a 6-pack. It's just Trader Joe's is in the middle of Atlanta, and it's a big commitment to go to Trader Joe's for me, because it's like anywhere from like a 2 or 1.5 to 3 hour round trip drive, depending on traffic.
Oh, no.
All right, so Jeremy, let's hear about your Combs or Comes raspberry porter from Poland.
All right. It poured really dark. A little bit of a brown at the bottom there, but you can't see it. You guys can't see it. It had like a 2-finger head when I first poured it, khaki head, and it dissipated really quickly, probably because of the 8.5%. Get a nose on it. First off, I'm getting raspberry right off the top. A little bit of the roasted malts in that. I don't get any of the chili on this, the chili pepper yet. There's no aroma of that I'm detecting. Getting that vanilla though, it's coming through just a little bit. That's pretty much all I'm getting on the nose. Cheers.
Cheers, Jeremy.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers to you.
Raspberry is predominant on this, and it's very smooth. And I do get a little bit of that spice for the chili. Very unique. I don't know. Very unique. It blends well. It's not too sweet either. It's the right amount of sweetness in this one.
Can you taste the alcohol?
No, it's hidden very well on this to me. Now I don't know. Starters, people just getting started in this style would probably say it was too much, but very, very smooth mouthfeel on this one. Lightly carbonated. Getting a little bit of a bitterness at the end, but it's mainly more on it's not on the dry side, I would say. It's really balanced. It's kind of in between, and maybe a little bit more on the sweet side. So, but I'll give you my score later. It's really good. If you haven't tried this one, guys, try it. It's really good so far.
Nice. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any of those beers anywhere around here. Any of the Polish, the Baltic Porter stouts, like Zwiek, I know is one. The Comes, I haven't seen any beers like that around here. So.
There's one called Black
Did you
Bar.
get it like a specialty? Did you just
that I've had.
Black Bar. Oh,
did
yeah.
you get it at just a regular your regular beer store? You have to go to like a specialty place?
No,
In a beverage store that's across on the other side, they have like several of those Polish beers in one place.
yeah, mine was in Little Rock, Colonial Wine and Spirit. They've got pretty much everything.
Huh, okay.
But
Yeah, I'll keep looking for those types of beers. Hopefully, one of these days I'll run across some. That raspberry chili combo though sounds really good. It's spicy.
Yeah. It's got that little spice at the back in, but it's not a lot. So you get more of the raspberry, and you get a little slight vanilla, and it's perfectly balanced. I really like this one so far. See how the accent runs up here.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll come back around here in a little bit. In the meantime, we got to go to Mr. Rontario with his Dragon's Milk.
Okay. Well, here's the bottle, and it's got the green, right? Right. And they say pour it in a snifter, which is what I did. It's lighter than you would think. Like if the light's hitting it, was hard to see in this. When the light's hitting it, it looks more like cola. It's not super dark. All right. There's not much head of foam, and there isn't any lacing. All right. So I've already done my written review. On the nose, it's actually given more aroma now than when I first poured it, because it was like just a little bit of dark malt and not a whole lot more. But now you get dark malt and like dark bread crust and a little bit of that flavoring, like the marshmallow and chocolate thing. Taste. Cheers to y'all. Cheers to popsicles. Cheers to all of that.
Cheers.
You must watch the popsicle show.
I don't even know what you're talking about, really. I don't even know what you're talking about, really. All of the viewers.
Hey, where is Alex at? He ate too many popsicles.
Jeremy, would I lie to you about? Would I lie to you about that? Now, I can't help that. It's a gift. The flavor. I'm gonna tell you what. I was thinking about this earlier. You don't really I don't pick up Scotch barrel. If I know it's aged in the two different regions, Scotch barrel, Speyside, and whatever Highland. But I would never say that unless I know. Well, I know it says it on the label. What I really pick up is the dark malt, which is not anything remarkable, and the flavorings, like the marshmallow and the chocolate. It's kind of strange flavoring because it almost even tastes like it's got like that artificial peanut flavoring, which you get in some of these peanut flavored beers. The body is unusually light, but then I say that on the regular Dragon's Milk, that the body is unusually light. And secondly, I was reading written reviews, and other people remarked on that. It wasn't just one other person. It was a number of people said, man, the body's really thin, you know. And it finishes medium dry. The predominant flavor is that flavoring. And I noticed something very inconspicuous on the side of the label. So tiny that you wouldn't even notice unless you were an investigator like myself. I'm sort of like a beer private investigator, you know. So it said almost
Beer Detective. That would be an awesome movie. Can I be the producer? Can I be the producer?
Yeah, and if Paramount Pictures is watching, I'll do it. In micro compressed print, it says stout with natural and artificial flavors.
You know what I bet that's from? Because marshmallow is an artificially flavored thing to begin with. So,
oh yeah,
really?
It's made with vanillin.
So see, you thought you had me. You thought you had me tricked on Dragon's Milk. Well, you don't have me tricked. I know what you're about.
Yeah, I have a question. Now, you're not detecting. You're not detecting the Scotch, but are you detecting a general alcohol?
A char, but not really. No, I wouldn't say that it's too boozy. No, I mean it is 11%, so I wouldn't be making a habit of knocking them back, you know. But another strange thing about this, and then I'll go shut my mouth. Another strange thing about this product, if you look on the Pabst Brewing Company website, it's listed as one of our brands, as it says. I thought, Pabst
Really?
Brewing Company. Okay, check me.
Yeah,
I always
I don't
tell
remember.
people, check me.
Hmm.
When I taught high school, I tell students, check your teacher. Don't believe everything your teacher says. Do the look at all the sediment down here. Woo!
Beer detective. That's awesome.
It's the little things that matter.
Ooh, look at mine. Mine's got sediment too. Can you see it?
I don't got no sediment. Doggone it.
Look at that.
Actually, yeah, I can see that a little bit in there. The way I thought, the way you're holding the bottle up, I was like, "There's no way we're gonna be able to see anything." But
Yeah, it's actually got. Looks like raspberries at the bottom.
You can see the intro now. Jay Terrio, beer detective.
That'd be an awesome movie. I'd watch it.
Jeremy, you have to write the song, the Beer Detective intro song for that.
Wear the glasses.
I could get a trench coat and some little green cigars and have my hair kind of messed up and go around saying,
You got a bad
You gotta-
beer? Where did you get it at?
you have a pencil I can borrow. I can't. Oh, my wife. Oh, my
No,
wife.
you're not
she loves-
Columbo. You're more Detective Friday.
I was thinking like Inspector Gadget, like he would have like a robotic arm with a bottle cap, a bottle
Yeah,
opener at
cool.
the end of it.
We're gonna get
Now you're thinking, John. That'll be great.
Get away with it.
I don't know. I could just say, oh, my wife, she loves stouts. Let me tell you why. She just talks about stouts all day. I don't like them. And then the person I was talking to would say, are you from the brewing company? And I'd say, oh no, ma'am. I'm from the government. We think this beer has been flavored. And then the person would be like, oh,
Control.
I said too much. He was putting on a dummy man act. All right, anyway.
That'd be great. That would be awesome.
Triple J,
Gotta
you
get a whole
joined.
foreign
I
car to
think
drive.
perfect time, Triple J.
Cheers to that.
All right, well, we'll come back to the Beer Detective here in a little bit, but we got to go to Robert, the Whiskey Scout, with his 13.6 Zipline beer. Go for it, Robert.
Okay, it's taking me a little while to narrow down. When you open it up, you get apple, green, not really sour, but that green apple smell. And you get a sweetness that comes along with it, but it's not apple pie sweetness. It took me a while. The green apple tarts, those kolaches, I think they call them, that you can get down in Central Texas, down in the Czech area. They sell them at every gas station when you're driving through that part of Texas. And the apple filling they use, that is exactly what this smells like. I mean, to a T. It's managed to keep head retention at about a 1/4 inch head on it. It has not dropped since I've opened it. It maintains it very well. Of course, it is very thick. You cannot see through it. Motor oil, like we used to identify that with. You guys say that a lot. There is some baseline dark malts in this, but I'm telling you, it's just every time I put my nose to it, it's that bready, yeasty apple tarts with the filling that you get, those kolaches. It just,
Beer busters.
I mean, it smells good to me. It's a sweet, good smell. I mean, this is more like a dessert on the nose. It's not anything like you'd think from a imperial stout or anything like that. I don't think it's an imperial base on it. Just says barrel aged, the stout, ale aged in brandy barrels. So it is a stout. Okay, let's go in for the palate because, truthfully, that's all I get on the nose.
13.6%. Woo.
Ooh, be careful.
Happy Sunday morning.
Now, it's not bitter at all, and it's had time to warm up. It's been out for half an hour, so we're up to temperature. It's a good max temperature. It's not cold. It's cool. It's easier to drink when it's cool anyway. Tastes better, more flavor. You get the apples, and then that same yeasty, bready apple tart note. But now we are getting all of the dark roasted malts. It's bringing a chocolate note with it, a very nice chocolate note. This thing is not bitter at all. I think that probably comes from barrel aging for a while. It's probably reduced some of that bitterness that you get on it. So if it does have IBUs, to my perception, they are very low. And then you get, again, that stout, that nice dark roasty note that it's very nice. This is better than I expected.
Wow.
Based on the nose, this was such a different nose than the palate.
Yeah.
So dominant with all the brandy notes and the apple, the sweet. But now, there is bitterness there, but it's so slight. The IBUs are extremely low. But the sweetness is not. The sweetness is not sickly sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's really balanced. There's some sweetness, some of that brandy note, a lot of the apple tart note, and chocolate. And then, it's pretty. Everything's works, and there's no artificial flavors. The alcohol is well masked. It doesn't come across as artificial in any way. Sometimes when I get when they add all the crazy stuff to them, you get sort of an artificial note sometimes in some of those. This does not have that at all. I wonder why my camera's not focused right.
Probably on your. It's probably on the beer bottle.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, go ahead and go back around. It is keeping the lacing up on the glass very well. It's still maintaining even after I drink it. Little 1/4-inch head on it.
Is it comparable, Robert, to the Boulevard Brandyland at all?
No, this is different. I have more bitterness on the Brandyland than I do with this. This is a lot less bitterness. This is a lot more. I don't even want to say it's more sweet either, though. This kind of just it's at a very nice, comfortable spot of just not bringing too much sweetness, too much bitterness at all. It's just kind of I don't know what's the word I want to use. Even keeled. It's just easy to drink. There is just a touch of alcohol there, but it's not enough that you're going to be. It's not enough that if you were a new drinker, this would be a stout to start with. If you wanted a stout out of a high ABV stout to start with,
even at 13.6, that's quite a statement.
13.6, this would be a good. If you like it,
that's still within the limits. I could find that one. I don't know. Zipline Brewery's out of what? Where are they out of, Robert?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay. Do you know? Is it? Do you know their distribution? Is it pretty local? Like just kind of.
John, you know more about that stuff than I ever would.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll look it. I'll ask Alex.
Okay.
I'll ask Alex, the beer master. He'll let me know where I can get it.
You can't.
All right. So.
I think I could find it.
Oh, there he is.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go real quick here. I've got the Founders KBS 2020, 12% alcohol. I have not taken a sip out of it. I poured it a good 10 minutes ago. Look at the head sticking around, which is incredible for a 12% beer. Mm-hmm. Smell, you get dark chocolate, loads of coffee, some vanilla, some nice barrel notes from the bourbon barrel aging. It's just it's got such a rich aroma. Some toasted malt character, some nice roasty, toasty notes. It just smells absolutely delightful. You're not picking up on any alcohol, any real boozy character on the aroma, although you do get the barrel notes, but I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a boozy aroma, though. It just smells really good. So, all right, cheers.
Cheers, John.
Cheers, John. That's a good
Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Man, if you've never had Founders KBS, anybody that's out there watching and you can get it, you definitely need to check it out. You're getting a ton of dark chocolate. You're getting some vanilla. The oak character from the barrel aging is coming through. I'm getting just a touch of like almost like a maple syrup type note. It's got that sweetness to it. The vanilla's coming through. The roasted malt character, the nice dark toasted notes are really prevalent in the middle of the step. It's almost got a creamy mouthfeel to it, like a milk stout, even though it's not a milk stout, but it's got that creamy mouthfeel, that velvety smooth finish. It's really not warming going down. I have had it out for 20, 25 minutes now. It's not boozy on the finish. You could get into a lot of trouble with this. It's just super smooth. And, for somebody who's not a huge coffee lover like myself, I still think it's well balanced enough to where you don't have to necessarily be a huge coffee guy to really love this stout, just because the quality at which it's the high level at which it's produced is just, it's just an incredible beer. So we'll just leave it at that. You guys have seen me drink this many times over the course of the last, couple years on Stout Sunday. I reviewed it a couple times. I wish they still made the CBS because that one I think is a notch above this, but you can't go wrong with Founders KBS. So let's go back to oh goodness, we got the beer detective. Mr. Beer Detective.
Look, I don't know. I'm a curious person. I get confused real easy,
He actually has a trench coat.
I don't. Oh, this is nothing here. This is nothing to worry about over here. Making some notes, I think. Oh, it probably doesn't mean anything.
It's okay, Columbo. Come on.
Okay, so of course it is strange. It said the thing was brewed in May. Brewed in May. I'm confused. I want to get back to that. I'm gonna check on. I gotta go check some files. But anyway, this product here, it's not that great. I'm sorry, John and Nilly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you caught. You got caught. No, I used all my detective powers, all my intricate foolishness. I wish I was drinking KBS right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, all kidding aside, and I have been known to kid around sometimes. I think I will give it, and I hope you don't stop talking to me, but I think I would give it an 85 because it's just too much of the flavoring, and it's not shaking his head already.
What the hell?
I'm just kidding, bro.
That's real funny. Now,
wow, I'm shocked. I gotta say, I'm shocked. I am shocked that you gave it an 85. I will say.
That's something Blake does.
And Jeremy's gonna make a video where I get blown up. Everybody produces the object of ridicule. I'm sorry.
Jeremy, you have to protect the beer detective.
It's a good beer, okay, but that's not saying much. A lot of beers are good, but John and Illy, I know, paid an A+ price, and I don't like this idea of paying A+ prices for a B beer. That's the way I feel about it. All the antics and everything is just kidding around. But I really was investigating this product, and I'm going to charge it, not with murder, it didn't murder anybody, but I'm going to charge it with being overpriced. And that's its crime.
No. Well,
I think I gave it a 98 when I reviewed it, so I obviously like it a lot more than you.
98. I can't wait to watch that video.
I thought it was pretty much a world-class beer. I liked it better than the standard Dragon's Milk. I thought it had just enough character from the Scotch barrels, and then the marshmallow. Usually when a beer says it has marshmallow in it, you don't really get a ton of marshmallow, but I was getting a lot of marshmallow flavor with it, and I thought the dark chocolate was a nice touch as well. But hey, you got to call it. You got to call it like you see it.
Yeah,
It was
you know what?
$13.99 for the 4-pack. I always get $1 off at Kroger, so not too bad for what I mean for 98 for me. I thought it was worth it, but for an 85, it might not necessarily be worth it.
You know what it tastes like? Honestly, it actually tastes like a Kellogg's Pop-Tart.
Wow.
Marshmallow Pop-Tart. Now,
I was thinking more along the lines of like a s'mores or something, but Kellogg's Pop-Tart. All right. Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. All right, Michael Kornroff, let's go back to you with your Bosun double chocolate.
I didn't mention before. It is brewed with cocoa powder, so that's how they're getting their chocolate in this Bosun product. I looked at my previous. I had already given a grade to this, but I looked at what I graded it like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I actually graded it a little bit higher. I gave it an 88 today. I had given it an 86 previously, so it's a strong B+.
They're good. I like
Okay.
it.
And on J's scale for the price, a strong B+ for 83 cents a can is a steal.
Right.
oh, it's a steal. It's the steal of the century, you know?
It's good. I started to stop by Trader Joe's.
Okay.
So if you have a Trader Joe's you can go to, it's not just this beer. They have another line that comes from Quebec that's excellent as well. So there's a lot of beers there you can try.
I like.
Right.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
88 and an 85
88.
so far. So we've got to get some A's in for this Stout Sunday. So Jeremy, I'm counting on you.
You're about to
What are
get
you
one.
thinking of the Combs
Look,
Raspberry Porter?
This is dissipated to nothing now. I can't even get it to. That's the only disappointing part. But no, it's got a really good natural raspberry flavor, and that's what you're looking for. If you're buying it and you're wanting a different flavor, I love raspberry. So this is going to get a 94 for me. It's really smooth. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly dry. It's real well balanced. If you get a chance to try this one, try it. You may not get high score as I did because I like raspberry, but it's going to be in the A range, I would assume. So check it out. It's
If
very
you
good.
ever find the Dragon's Milk, Jeremy, the Dragon's Milk Raspberry Hibiscus one, that's an awesome raspberry stout.
Yeah, the chili
But
pepper in
anyway,
here.
all right,
A
so-
little spice too. A little spice from the chili pepper.
I like. Yeah, that's.
It really gives it a. I don't know.
Balance it, I would think. It helps take some of that sweetness and kind of meters that sweetness out.
So I'm very impressed with it.
Anything like you have like a more malt forward stout like that with the sweetness from the raspberry and all that, instead of hopping it like a Russian Imperial to get that bitterness, throw a little chili pepper on the back end to give like it as a substitute to the hops and it just gives it a different feel. It's balanced without having to add hops to it. It's balanced because of the burn from the chili pepper to balance out the sweetness from the raspberry. I like that. If I ever see that, I'm definitely gonna have to check it out.
I think it was like $4 for this bottle. So
Is it a bomber? Is it a 22 ounce or what?
yeah, it's one. It's
No,
a pint.
it's 16.9.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not terrible, I guess. For 90, I mean, it's a good beer. So, all right, Robert, the Zipline Brandy Barrel Stout. What are you thinking?
97 all day long. Easy 97.
Wow,
all day
and it's
long. One thing I failed to mention, mouthfeel. Mouthfeel is very velvety, very full. It has a nice quality drink. When you drink it, you have something. I mean, it's just really good. The texture, flavor, balance. It's a 97 all day long.
Wow.
Nice.
all right. Really quick, I want to give a shout out to Drunken One. It's his birthday, so happy birthday to Drunken One.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Drunken One.
Drunken One.
I believe it's his 85th. Happy 85th birthday, Drunken One. We love
Oh,
you, man.
it's 96. Be fair, it's 96.
96.
90. Well, I was trying to be nice. Jeez. Okay.
Drunken One. Take note that I did not say all those ugly things. I'm over here minding my business.
If it's any
Me
consolation,
either.
I'm older than Drunken One by about 3 years, I think. 2 or 3 years.
About 2 years.
And I think me and Mr. Stereo is about the same age.
You lied.
Yeah.
Lie! I don't lie about that.
Oh my
And
God.
Michael,
All right, so
Michael has a saw beat, and I ain't going to go there.
I am the oldest one of the group.
You clearly are.
Michael, I got you back. Michael, I got you back. You know, we can meet him at the bridge if you want to get serious about it.
We can head up.
I got to call in. He will definitely show up.
I'm doomed. I'm doomed. I'm going to get my butt
You
whooped.
challenge somebody Friday night to meet him at the bridge now if you want to get techno.
There you go.
yeah.
John is sipping on his KBS and trying to decide what his score is going to be.
Oh, I already know. Come on. You guys know what I'm going to give this. This is a 98 out of 100. It's still got head retention after all that time.
That is
Nice
good.
glass lacing. It's unheard of for a 12% beer. I mean, that's incredible that it can retain head like that. It's nicely balanced between the coffee, the chocolate, the barrel notes. It's like I said, it's velvety smooth. It's just such a great beer. I mean, my words fail this beer. It's just such a wonderful beer that my words don't even do it justice. And like I said, if anybody out there that's watching has not had KBS and you're into darker beers and porter stouts, you need to give this one a try. It is one of the best ones out there.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
As good as it is, think about this though along these lines. As good as it is for $21 a 4-pack, it's still 2% trash.
You're right. If you was a detective, you'd have thought about that, John.
Beer detective. The beer detective strikes again.
Michael gives.
All right, so we are at that point in the show. We've all given our ratings.
It's only 98% good. It's that 2%.
It's not 2% bad. It's just
Horrible.
I've had better. So
You're looking at things.
all it means is that 2% of the beers that I've had are better than this. 2%.
Oh,
Michael, we're making faces. And also, how many people
Oh,
have
now
joined
Robert
Stout Sunday and done? How many people? It's too late. Hey, how many people have joined Stout Sunday and have brought props? I can only think of me.
Yeah, you.
Well, that's true.
That's how dedicated to Stout Sunday I am.
Do you want to prop?
Next
now?
week I'll bring puppets.
My black and tan Guinness glass.
oh, that's a prop. Yeah.
Prop. I don't know how many people are doing black and tan these days, though. But it's kind of cool. You can let it flow into your glass. Kind of cool. Guinness glass.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that. That's more of an accoutrement. That's an accoutrement, not a prop. But I like it.
John, what we were discussing before, Tyler came on and was telling me I use the single point scoring system when I rate stuff myself, and I gave the Victory Twisted Monkey an 8.5 out of 10, and Tyler thought it should be higher. Now again, it's all in the eye of the taster. I actually like the original monkey, which is with the golden monkey.
Golden monkey, yes.
And that might even get up into the
Golden.
9 area. It's an excellent beer. The Twisted, I thought was
Have
very
you tried the sour monkey yet?
Oh, I love it.
Have you tried the sour monkey yet?
I liked it. I like the sour monkey.
That's good.
The sour monkey is probably my favorite one out of the monkey lineup.
Isn't it 9%
That I've had.
ABV?
Yeah,
9%.
they're 9.5.
Yeah,
9.5.
Is it
9.5.
9.5? The sour monkey is? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the original one too. The golden monkey is 9.5 also.
Okay, I thought it was 9, straight up 9, but okay. Yeah,
But
I can.
It seems like what I've been doing, and maybe this is a good thing, maybe not. I've been trying to help out all these different beers that are in this artisanal ventures group with 6 Point, Southern Tier, and Victory. And whenever I see their stuff, I buy it because they seem to be in a group that's trying now to promote. And I've always loved 6 Point. It's a local thing in Brooklyn. So those three companies are together in this conglomerate, and that's in their more of their financing area, the people who are backing them. You know, it's probably, you know, bankers and people who like beer, but they're trying to do it as obviously a business investment more than anything else. But you see all these companies getting together now for finances. They can't afford to just do it on their own. There are still some that are together. I don't think Sierra Nevada has sold out yet. I think they're still an independent company. There aren't too many though. Almost all the companies have.
Right. I mean, you gotta have money. You gotta have money. You gotta have money to make this thing roll. You know. Hey, Robert, you gotta be cruel. You gotta be cruel to be kind in the right fashion. You know. But
if you can't beat them, that's right. If you can't beat them,
you're right. You're right. You're right, Michael. It's good sentiment. Sentiment is not going to put the beer on the shelf, is it?
And talking about Goose Island and the Bourbon County series, they had good distribution before, but since the acquisition, they have excellent distribution now, and that's a quality product. Again, as you're discussing, Jay, that's at a higher price point, but it's a quality product.
They got a place in Wichita that's got every one of those Goose Islands. I don't know, there's like 8 or 10 bottles in the series in a row. And I don't know how far it goes back. But they want like $180 for the entire series. You can buy it all for that amount. If I had the money, if COVID-19,
I would.
I was
get every one of them. I would.
Yeah, but I'm not working right now, so that makes it not a pleasant expenditure.
Yeah.
Oil picks back up.
Some of the beers that Robert can get, you can't get. A lot of it's more than 14%. It's unfortunate, but it's.
Oh, I know.
In Georgia and several of the other southern states. Now, Louisiana is not one of them, so Jay can get them.
Yeah, but he can't get
The only Goose Island I've ever had that was over 14% was when I was down visiting Jay. David and I drove to this liquor store in New Orleans, and they had the barley wine, or wheat wine, the Goose Island wheat wine, and it was 14 point something, so it was over the 14% limit here. And of course, I bought a bottle, and then Michael and I did an examination. I was super psyched about it. I think I gave it like a 99 out of 100. I mean, it's just world-class stuff. So if I had the opportunity to get the entire lineup for $180 or whatever, get it all, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Y'all went to the 504 Craft Beer Reserve on U.S. Highway 61, Tulane Avenue. But I had to get out of there. Y'all, look. I'm going to say this to the other panelists, other group members. Around 6 o'clock in the evening, I said, I got to get out of here. And they're like, we're just getting started. I was like, I'm getting out of here. And they're like, try some of this bourbon mash. I was like, y'all can have a fun night. I don't know how this works. I'm not part of this. And then I get the call the next day. I'm over here the next day, minding my business, all subdued and everything. They call up, hey, what's going on? I was like, I'm sitting at my house. I'm trying to recover from yesterday. They're like, we're coming over. You better get ready to get your camera. I'm like, oh,
well, I mean, David was the instigator. I was just along for the ride, so I was out of my, my realm. I was in your guys' world, so I was just whatever you guys said. That's,
Yeah, if David said party, you got to party.
You had fun, didn't you?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm planning another trip down there soon. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year. It just depends on how everything goes with, all the stuff going
I'm
on.
glad I left. I'm glad I left though, because that bourbon mash was the tipping point. I was like, man, I got to get out of here. And I smelled it. You remember that? I said, let me smell it. And I said, yeah, I could get into this. And then I said, I'm in my truck. I'm gone. And they were like, the party's getting started. And I was like, oh no. But the thing that shocked me the most, after all of that, which went on for hours, and I mean hours, after all of that, they called me up the next day like, hey, what's going on? We're coming over here to do way more. And I was like, oh man.
John don't know what to say.
Don't act like you didn't have a good time. Like we were.
I mean, it was okay. It was all right. I tolerated it.
You tolerated.
Yeah.
Oh, it was pressure. It just killing.
Yeah.
Ron, you can tell.
I was doing it. I was just doing it to be nice. But they came over here in my kitchen, and it was beer, and it was rum, and it was all kind of. I said, "Oh no!" But anyway, you should come. You should come soon. You should come soon again. I'm saying that to
you were done. That's the key, Ron. Did you go for a walk when you were done?
Yes, and the only downside to that whole trip was that we didn't get to go to the national park because that was an incredible rainstorm that we got hit with. John and Neely knows that we were soaked with water, man. It was incredible.
It was like a, I don't know, tropical storm or something hit us.
That's
weird.
That can be any day of the week.
We were getting ready to go on that nature trail, and I mean, when it came down, and I was like worried about flooding. It was kind of scary in a way.
We were stuck in the visitor center for a while, and I remember this lady telling us a story about how she was drinking wine and she left the bottle open on the counter, and then the next morning she took a chug straight out of the bottle and there was a roach in it, and she threw up and she got really sick, and I was like, this stranger, this person we've never met is telling us this messed up story, like just sharing all this weird information with us. Anyway,
Florida ain't going
Then we watched the movie. We watched a movie in their theater, and the two women told us how they were down here to research these toxic snails that were killing people. And then John and Neely was so excited because the first time in his life he got to go to a liquor store and drink on the walkway in front of the store in public without getting arrested. So it was kind of an experience.
It was nice. Yeah. Actually, you walked into it, and there's
with the.
Wait, y'all talking about?
Did you get the margarita drink in the in Louisiana? You know how they serve it to you and they put the piece of tape over the straw and put the straw into the cup. And did you do that, John?
No, I walked right in and they handed me a little Dixie cup full of vodka and would you like a sample, sir, before you shop? Yeah, let me get good and toasty before I spend all my money in here.
They do that in Kansas. You can go into certain liquor stores. That's permitted in Kansas, but the making a margarita or whatever it is into a styrofoam 40-ounce styrofoam cup with the damn straw and the tape over it.
None of that stuff happens here. You can't.
That is awesome,
New York.
Louisiana.
Louisiana has drive-through daiquiri shops, right?
That's I couldn't think of it. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's crazy.
Jeremy, can you do that in Arkansas? Can you get a free taste before you go into a liquor store?
Not yet, but I'm about
open
hour and a half away from Louisiana, so.
Oh, it ain't nothing.
Never to anything. I just can't imagine it here.
I can go to Monroe or Spring Hill or places like that. It's not too far.
Yeah.
So,
I've been there. I did delivery to Monroe when I was living in Shreveport.
Next time you guys do all this stuff, you need to video a vlog of this whole trip. That way we can see all this.
Yeah, but it might be embarrassing. It might be embarrassing because people are going to be.
That's what we love entertainment.
That's right.
It might be incriminating. I don't know. It might be incriminating.
Yeah, people are oh, I hear you slurring, and I'll be like, no, I didn't get enough sleep, or I'll be trying to come up with some kind of idea.
Right.
We went to a great restaurant.
We wrap things up as far as Stout Sunday goes, and if people want to stay on, they can.
Yeah. Well, we can wrap it up.
Gotta go.
Michael's on a time crunch this morning, so let's see. Really quick, I want to mention we've got Multi Monday tomorrow night on Bumpy Road Brewery's channel. Honestly, I don't know what the style is tomorrow.
I think it's
American box.
Maybox, but they
American box, which is
American.
Shiner will work.
Yeah. So basically, any box made in America,
but no Doppelbox.
Right.
No Doppel. We've also got Wildcard Wednesday on Louisiana Beer Reviews.
Don't bring a gin. If you bring
7:20
Eastern, you get pressured.
Oh, whoa. That wasn't me.
Did I just hear some cursing? Well, John, you can bring all the cursing, though, right, John? You allow all your cursing.
It's all right as long as it doesn't get out of control. No, I think he was saying he brought gin to last Wildcard Wednesday, right?
Yeah, but
I had to
they made him feel guilty, and he had to get a beer.
Yep.
Twisted his arm.
Oh, okay. Well,
see this heart? You see this heart, Robert? You can bring as much gin as you want to. On
Nope, I'll never do it again. I learned my lesson. Ooh.
They made him do the Hendrix gin anyway on top after he did the beer. So.
Well, I finished that bottle that night, guys. Other things later.
So that was a big night for you.
I don't remember much after about 11 o'clock, to tell you the honest to God truth.
Well,
I'm not proud of that, but it is a fact.
Well,
I can see that. I can see it coming. Hey, Michael, have a good time, whatever you're doing. Be careful now.
The beach club is going now, so what happens is, Audrey said, well, 10:30 to 11:30 I can tolerate. After that, we got to get ready and go. So I figured this way, we got everything in. We were able to really do Stout Sunday up, and everybody had fun. A lot of A+ beers, some B beers, but I think everybody was pretty happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, we'll wrap up there.
I'm going to cruise out.
Yeah.
Bye,
thanks
Mike.
to everybody for joining. Thanks to everybody in the chat. We appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Another successful edition of Stout Sunday is officially in the books. That'll do it, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Hope everybody has a good rest of your weekend. And until next time, everybody, cheers.
Everybody have a good week.
stay stout.